CM Punk just got destroyed again, and WWE's failure to stop the Mystery Man is criminal negligence. The most frustrating and infuriating moment in WWE history just happened backstage at Monday Night Raw, and the fact that CM Punk was attacked again by the Mystery Man despite months of supposed investigations and security measures proves that WWE management either can't protect their own superstars or they're deliberately allowing these assaults to continue for ratings and storyline purposes. Punk was brutally beaten with steel chairs and left unconscious in a pool of his own blood while security was mysteriously absent, and cameras conveniently captured every brutal moment, raising serious questions about whether WWE is complicit in creating dangerous working conditions that put performers at genuine risk. Before I break down every sickening detail of this latest attack and expose why WWE's continued failure to identify or stop the Mystery Man represents potential criminal negligence, answer me this: is WWE deliberately allowing CM Punk to be attacked for storyline purposes while risking his actual safety, or are they genuinely incompetent at protecting their roster? Drop your honest answer in the comments, because what happened to Punk backstage is either the most irresponsible booking in wrestling history or actual workplace violence that should result in lawsuits and investigations. The pattern of attacks on CM Punk has become so predictable and repetitive that it strains credibility to believe WWE is making genuine efforts to prevent them or identify the attacker. This latest assault marks the 5th time in 3 months that Punk has been jumped by the Mystery Man in backstage areas that are supposedly secured and monitored by WWE's security team. Each attack follows a similar template. Punk is isolated in a corridor or equipment area, the Mystery Man appears wearing the signature hood and tactical gear, brutal violence ensues using whatever weapons are nearby, and by the time officials and security arrive the attacker has vanished without being identified or apprehended. The mathematical impossibility of someone repeatedly infiltrating WWE's backstage areas, attacking their top stars, and escaping without ever being caught suggests either the security team is catastrophically incompetent or the attacks are being enabled by people within WWE's power structure. This specific attack on Raw was particularly vicious and showed an escalation in violence that should terrify everyone associated with WWE. According to witnesses who were present backstage, CM Punk had just finished a segment and was walking through a production area reviewing notes with a member of the creative team when the Mystery Man emerged from behind a curtain dividing different backstage sections. The attacker moved with shocking speed and precision, immediately separating Punk from the creative team member by shoving them aside, then focusing all attention on destroying the best in the world. The first strike was a steel chair shot directly to Punk's spine that echoed through the entire backstage area and immediately dropped Punk to his knees in obvious agony. Quick question for the comments: what's the most brutal backstage attack you've ever witnessed in wrestling? Let me know below, because this assault on Punk might be the most vicious example in WWE's modern era. The systematic nature of the beating suggested this wasn't spontaneous violence but rather a carefully planned execution designed to inflict maximum damage and potentially end Punk's career. After the initial chair shot to the spine, the Mystery Man grabbed Punk's left leg, the same leg that had been surgically repaired and was known to be vulnerable from previous injuries. The attacker placed Punk's ankle between the legs of a steel chair and stomped down with tremendous force, a sickening move designed to hyperextend or potentially break bones and ligaments. Punk's screams of pain were described by witnesses as genuinely horrifying, the kind of sounds that made it impossible to tell where performance ended and real agony began. The attacker then grabbed a second chair and sandwiched Punk's head between the two chairs before delivering what's known as a concerto, a move so dangerous that it's been banned from WWE programming for years due to the severe concussion risk it creates. The most disturbing aspect of this attack was how long it continued before any intervention arrived. According to multiple sources, the assault lasted approximately 3 to 4 minutes from first strike to when officials finally appeared to stop it. 3 to 4 minutes is an eternity when someone is being beaten with steel weapons in a confined space, and the delay in response raises enormous questions about where security was and why they didn't respond immediately to an attack happening in a supposedly monitored area. Some witnesses report hearing the initial chair shot and immediately calling for help, yet security didn't arrive for several minutes despite the backstage area being equipped with cameras and communication systems specifically designed to respond quickly to emergencies. The response failure suggests either catastrophic breakdown of security protocols or deliberate delay to allow the attack to continue for maximum dramatic and injury impact. When medical personnel finally reached CM Punk after the Mystery Man fled, his condition was severe enough that immediate hospitalization was required. Punk was barely conscious, bleeding from a laceration on his forehead caused by the chair shots, and unable to put any weight on his left leg due to the targeted ankle attack. His speech was slurred, suggesting potential concussion from the concerto, and he appeared disoriented and unable to clearly identify his attacker or explain what had happened. The EMTs stabilized Punk's neck and spine as a precautionary measure before carefully moving him onto a stretcher for transport to a local medical facility. The sight of CM Punk being loaded into an ambulance for what felt like the 10th time in recent months was both heartbreaking and infuriating for fans who were tired of seeing one of WWE's top stars repeatedly victimized without adequate protection or resolution. Do you think CM Punk should consider legal action against WWE for failing to provide a safe working environment? Share your opinion in the comments section. Adam Pearce's response to this latest attack showed a WWE official who's either overwhelmed by his inability to stop the mystery man or who's complicit in allowing the attacks to continue. Pearce appeared on camera later in the show looking frustrated and defeated as he addressed the assault on Punk. Once again, a WWE superstar has been brutally attacked by the mystery man, and once again our security protocols have failed to prevent it or identify the attacker. I'm at a loss for how to stop this person. We've increased security, we've reviewed footage, we've investigated every lead, but this attacker always seems to be one step ahead. CM Punk deserves better protection than what we've provided, and I take full responsibility for our failure to keep him safe. The admission of failure without offering concrete new solutions or consequences felt hollow and performative, raising questions about whether Pearce actually has the authority or resources to solve this problem or whether higher management is preventing him from taking decisive action. The investigation into this latest attack yielded the same frustrating lack of results that have characterized every previous investigation. Security footage from the area where Punk was attacked mysteriously malfunctioned at the exact time the assault occurred, with cameras showing static or frozen images rather than clear video of the mystery man's face or escape route. This technical failure happening at such a convenient time stretched credibility past the breaking point and fueled conspiracy theories that someone within WWE's technical or production staff is deliberately sabotaging surveillance to protect the mystery man's identity. The alternative explanation, that WWE's expensive camera equipment just happens to fail at the exact moments when crucial evidence could be captured, is almost harder to believe than deliberate sabotage, suggesting either possibility reflects terribly on WWE's competence or integrity. CM Punk's family and close friends outside WWE have reportedly begun pressuring him to consider leaving the company if WWE cannot guarantee his safety going forward. Punk's wife and relatives have watched him be repeatedly hospitalized from these attacks while WWE seemingly does nothing effective to prevent them, and their patience with the company's excuses and failures has understandably run out. Sources close to Punk say he's torn between his professional commitment to finishing storylines and his personal recognition that his long-term health and career are being jeopardized by WWE's inability or unwillingness to stop the mystery man. The possibility that these attacks could force Punk into early retirement or drive him out of WWE entirely creates genuine stakes that go beyond typical wrestling storyline drama into concerns about a performer's actual well-being and future. Can you imagine being in CM Punk's position, repeatedly attacked at your workplace while your employer fails to protect you? Would you stay or quit? Let me know in the comments. The locker room's reaction to this latest attack on Punk has shifted from sympathy to anger directed at WWE management for failing to solve a problem that's gone on for months without resolution. Multiple wrestlers have reportedly approached Adam Pearce and other officials demanding to know what concrete steps are being taken to identify the mystery man and prevent future attacks. Some performers are questioning whether they're safe if someone can repeatedly infiltrate backstage areas and commit violent assaults without being caught. Others are forming unofficial security groups and buddy systems to protect each other since they can't rely on WWE's official security to keep them safe. The erosion of trust between talent and management over this situation creates a toxic work environment that affects morale and potentially performance quality as wrestlers are distracted by safety concerns rather than focusing on their craft. The fan reaction to seeing CM Punk attack yet again has been overwhelmingly negative, with social media filled with people expressing frustration at WWE's repetitive storytelling and concern about Punk's actual health. The mystery man angle that was initially intriguing has become tiresome and infuriating as months pass without resolution or meaningful progress toward identifying the attacker. Fans are tired of watching Punk get beaten down in every backstage attack, tired of WWE's security appearing incompetent or complicit, and tired of management's empty promises about investigations and increased protection that never materialize into actual results. The hashtag #ProtectPunk has been trending with fans demanding WWE either solve the storyline or end it rather than continuing to milk it with repetitive attacks that don't advance any narrative or build toward a satisfying payoff. The comparison to other mystery attacker angles in wrestling history shows that WWE's current execution is unusually prolonged and frustrating compared to previous examples. The GTV stalker angle in the late 1990s was criticized for never being resolved satisfactorily, but even that didn't feature one specific person being repeatedly attacked over months while security consistently failed. The Who Ran Over Stone Cold mystery was solved within a reasonable time frame with a clear payoff. WWE's current mystery man angle has dragged on so long without resolution that many fans have lost interest in who the attacker is and just want the storyline to end so Punk can move on to other feuds and programs. The diminishing returns of this extended angle suggest WWE either doesn't have a clear plan for where it's going or they're deliberately stretching it beyond reasonable storytelling limits for some strategic reason that isn't apparent to viewers. What's the worst unresolved mystery angle in wrestling history? Comment your pick because this mystery man storyline might be challenging for that title. The conspiracy theories about who's protecting the mystery man and why have become increasingly elaborate as WWE's failure to solve the case continues. Some fans theorize that Triple H or other management figures are deliberately allowing the attacks to continue because they want CM Punk softened up or injured before major matches. Others suggest the mystery man is someone with powerful connections who's being shielded from consequences by friends in high places. A third theory proposes that the entire angle is worked more closely with Punk than WWE admits, with Punk agreeing to these attacks for storyline purposes but with the violence occasionally going too far and causing legitimate injuries. Each theory has proponents who find evidence supporting their interpretation, but the lack of definitive information from WWE allows speculation to flourish without being confirmed or debunked. The potential legal liability WWE faces if CM Punk or his family decides to pursue action over the company's failure to protect him could be enormous. Employment law requires employers to provide reasonably safe working environments and to take appropriate steps to protect employees from known threats. The mystery man represents a known threat that has repeatedly attacked Punk over months, yet WWE's security measures have consistently failed to prevent these attacks or identify the attacker. A skilled attorney could argue that WWE has breached its duty of care to Punk by failing to implement adequate security after repeated incidents demonstrated the insufficiency of existing measures. If Punk suffered permanent injuries or career damage from these attacks, WWE could face millions in damages beyond just medical expenses and lost wages. The impact on CM Punk's current storylines and future opportunities has been significant, with planned programs being repeatedly delayed or modified because Punk is legitimately injured or recovering from attacks. Feuds that should have already reached satisfying conclusions remain unfinished because Punk keeps being taken out of action by the mystery man. Championship opportunities that Punk should be competing for are being given to others because WWE can't commit to Punk being healthy enough to fulfill long-term booking plans. The mystery man attacks aren't just affecting Punk, they're affecting everyone who was supposed to work with him, everyone who's had their own storylines delayed because Punk's angles keep being interrupted, and fans who are missing out on matches and programs they wanted to see. So here's my final question, and this is the one that really matters: is WWE criminally negligent for repeatedly failing to protect CM Punk from mystery man attacks that have caused legitimate injuries? Or is this just wrestling storytelling that we need to accept even when it becomes frustrating and repetitive? And regardless of whether WWE is legally liable, do you think CM Punk should walk away from the company if they can't solve this problem and guarantee his safety? Or should he tough it out until the mystery man is finally revealed? Get in those comments right now and share your perspective, because CM Punk's health and career are on the line and WWE's continued failure to stop these attacks is either the most incompetent security operation in professional wrestling or its deliberate endangerment that should result in serious consequences for everyone.